as much as I love experimenting with synthetic storytelling, we did feel that generative AI's landscape needed a narrative, a story that was built around a tangible human core instead of the other way around.
Our AI video was always going to be about how AI augments human imagination, which is why we spent the first weeks on refining the script and finding the right person to embody this core message.
It was really fascinating to just see how it's still not clear all the things that AI can, like what all the possibilities are, and it seems to be endless.
While we knew the tools we used would already be outdated, we wanted the story to be timeless and evergreen.
Before AI, there was only room for one script or a few visuals. Now, there's an infinite amount of choice.
Many people think the technical side of Warp Fusion or any other AI tool is the most difficult part, but that's not the case. The most difficult part is curating through all these different choices. And the best way to get good at this is just experimenting over and over again.
The biggest challenge, sound-wise, music-wise, for this project was actually trying to resemble the sound to the feeling you get when there's a lot of morphing AI arts going into each other. And I really wanted to capture a sound that feels the same way without being too distracting from the visual.
Finally, let's find a voice. One that's suited to your tone. One that's you and yours alone. We've unlocked the power of AI creation. Now, let's augment our imagination.
For this particular video, which heavily embraced the magical realm of AI and the styles and aesthetics that go with it, we could go all out.
The scene generated by Midjourney of Lenka walking on keyboards was evocative. We had to get it in no matter what it would take. Turning it into reality, though, was another thing entirely. We assumed, after seeing some sick video-to-video examples generated by Runway and Warp Fusion, that AI would be able to turn simple wooden blocks into keyboard keys, but we quickly realized it wasn't going to be that easy.
Even an amazing tool like Runway seemed to struggle with this shot. So that's when we decided to just do it the old-fashioned way.
We realized that this scene would involve green key and require a very tight integration between AI, After Effects, Blender. However, which tool would be used first, it was still up in the air.
For us, this film was never about just AI. It was much more about exploring how generative AI can be woven into our existing workflows at StoryMe.
Runway may not have been able to transform the complete shot, but it did give us the perfect finishing touch.
The ultimate challenge in the whole project was preventing the scope from becoming uncontrollable while maintaining the story and aligning the overall look and feel of the live footage and the different AI layers.
It was also super interesting to see that we could do real-time AI testing while we were shooting.
Now, while I managed to do a lot of pre-production preparation, we had no idea how the actual footage would look like until post-production. We did a test shoot, and that helped us immensely to discover the different tools. However, testing with these tools and experimenting with different workflows really helped me to hone in on the best workflow for the post-production.
In this project, we've combined various AI tools to pioneer new production processes. The biggest challenge in these new creative workflows is learning to create infinite options and detect quirks and artifacts inherent to specific tools and AI models.
Definitely animate diff with prompt traveling and frame blending. This technique uses stable diffusion and a prompt map to seamlessly animate and interpolate stills. With tools like Runway, you have to put in all the descriptions of your sequences in one sentence. With animate diff, you can specify which action happens around which frame. While there's still some randomness involved, it does allow you to stick closer to your original script. But what makes this technique really impressive is the way it smoothly blends the different frames into one coherent animation.
Seeing everything coming together in the edit was the most interesting for me. How our editor and animator managed to transform all this footage into something cohesive was simply amazing.
We used an AI voiceover in combination with Lenka's voice.
One that's you and yours alone.
We had some recordings of Lenka.
It's not working.
And then I used those recordings to make a clone of her voice.
And I used some other AI voices on the sides, like your left and right stereo image.
And it's very subtle, but that kind of gets the idea that there's more going on in this strange AI world.
Just imagine.
Many creatives feel AI will take away their jobs. They feel threatened. So what is our perspective on AI? Now, I've always seen AI as a calculator for the creative mind. Thanks to tools like, for example, Midjourney, I've been able to express ideas that have been in my head for over 20 years.
For mood boards, Midjourney has been a game changer for which I'm very grateful. Also, the fact you can do post-production in real time is pretty crazy.
I've seen a lot of tools disrupt creative professions. While the disruption by AI is potentially much bigger, I ultimately see it as a tool that could make our lives easier. Creativity is key, and it's just not a proof that only with highly talented and creative people you can work on projects like these.